Hello and welcome. Today we are going to look at the monthly horoscope of a Sagittarius. This can be an especially busy and engaging but sometimes scattered month, dear Sagittarius, with a tremendous pile-up of planets in your solar third house. This sector rules communications, learning, studies, connecting, short trips and errands, classmates, siblings, neighbors, transportation, and your personal environment. Those things that help you connect to others, including vehicles, devices, phones, are also ruled by this area of your chart and could figure strongly, although not always smoothly. While there can be some communication or transportation breakdowns with Mercury retrograde in the same sector to the 20th, there can also be opportunities to take a new look at old problems. You might rediscover a past interest, edit a current project, gain insight into past relationships, reconnect with a relative or acquaintance, or pick up a past study where you left off. Generally, the special emphasis on your communications sector this month is pleasant and beneficial. While Mercury's retrograde to the 20th may lead to some misunderstandings, it's a solid time to express yourself with unique flair or find satisfying outlets to connect and communicate. If you focus on slowing yourself down or taking care of works already in progress, this can be a gratifying month. You might discover different ways to connect, whether this is about communicating or commuting, perhaps because current ones are not working well. You can be quite happy about these new methods. The new moon on the 11th is powerful for happy new beginnings, particularly regarding your studies, personal interests, transit, mobility, or daily affairs. There can be a learning breakthrough or news you were waiting for arriving now, but there are still details to handle before pushing a venture forward. Venus spends the 1 to 25 in your communications sector, boosting the enjoyment factor and smoothing over the rough edges. You are bringing more diplomacy and charm to what you're saying and writing. In the spotlight at this time are enjoyable learning activities, positive word of mouth, and pleasant/loving communications. Mars spends the month in your work and health sector, revving you up. It can be a real challenge to channel excess energy productively at times. There can be frustration and impatience if things are not moving at a reasonable speed. Be a little more vigilant when it comes to situations that could lead to mishaps, as there is a tendency to rush through things. Ideas that come to you this month, particularly about areas related to learning, mental interests, communication, neighbors, connections, and siblings, can be significant. They may very well kickstart a long-term pursuit. Improved or streamlined communications might benefit your creative goals and romantic prospects. The new moon on the 11th occurs around the time Venus and Jupiter align in your communications sector. It can be the start of wonderful new ideas and projects that you'll explore years into the future. Sharing ideas can be in pleasant focus. You can enjoy opportunities to expand your knowledge, connections, or mental interests. You might enjoy new or improved means of transportation and communication, and you have more power to direct into your daily life, personal interests, and communications projects. The energies of a Saturn-Uranus square occurring now will stick with you until December, challenging you to find a balance. Watch for nervousness, tension, and changes that interfere with your comfort, health, and equilibrium or work output. Stress or pressure in your daily affairs or with learning and connecting can weigh on your outlook in health or job and chores. It's a good idea to watch for stressing yourself out. Unreliable routines or erratic tasks and work schedules may take their toll on you this year without care and management. Inattention to details can also be a problem if your approach is a little too slapdash. The Sun moves into your home and family sector on the 18th, and then Venus follows suit on the 25th. In between these dates, Mercury ends its retrograde, and the vibe of later February is changing. You're inclined to want to wind down more often. Still, you might discover resources for making improvements as you narrow your focus to key areas. It's a great time to streamline, reorganize and downsize. Still, the full moon happens at the top of your solar chart, which is a public, professional place. You might awaken to feelings of what you want to do or the realization that you should get your priorities clear. It's best to aim for a balance. This lunation can bring a project to a head and a sudden need to tend to business.